Hey YouTube, it's time for me to tube you guys again. I got more information on the stimulus package, the issuance of the stimulus package, and all the great benefits that are inside of them. Well, some of them. So let's get started. There are three groups of people that are gonna first start to receive these payments. First group of people would be people who are receiving government payments. Regular government payments via direct deposit or electronically. So these are people who receive government assistance payments as far as SSI, SSDI, railroad benefits, veterans benefits. So if you receive those benefits monthly and they are direct deposit set up already in your account, then you're going to be amongst the first to receive your payments. Second, people who receive their first and second stimulus check direct deposit or electronically. So those people will also be amongst the first to receive their payments. Thirdly, people who have updated their information by filing their 2020 taxes. So if you did that already, if you were able to get it in a timely manner to where it has gone through for this payment, then you will be amongst the first too. So if your taxes were prepared by a online tax preparer and they have gone through before this stimulus package became law, and your payment is set up to do direct deposit, then you'll be amongst the first to receive your payments as well. Now, I had heard things about banks are not receiving payments as of yet, and that they will be on hold. That is simply not true. There are people with bank accounts that have, in fact, received their payments. So it all depends on your bank individually. You need to check with your bank. You can either do that by phone or by going on their website to see what their system is set up to do to hand out or to pay out the stimulus payments. I, however, am a member of Navy Federal Credit Union, and on their site it states that as early as the 17th, the payments will be out. So that's what they have posted. I checked and I do have a pending payment already. So I'm going to give you guys instructions. So if you have a Navy Federal account and you're unfamiliar with how to use the online mobile banking app, I'm going to give you the steps to check to see if your payment is in fact pending, okay? So I don't know if you guys have the app downloaded. You can download that app either through Apple or you can do it through Android, but that app is available for both. So your step one you want to do is to sign in if you have a sign in set up. If not, then you might want to set that up. So you want to sign in first. Second, you want to click on the account in which your previous stimulus payment was sent to, or that account that you set up with your taxes, or that account in which you receive your SSI, SSDI, railroad benefits, or veteran benefits, whichever account that is. So in my mobile app, I have two accounts. I have a savings and I have a checking. So mine is set up to go direct deposit into my checking. So I click on the checking, okay? Once I do that, then there's a link right above the search engine and it reads scheduled transactions. You want to click on that link and then it'll tell you if you have a scheduled transaction available. It'll either say $0 or the owed amount from your stimulus payment. Okay, so those are the steps. Now, if you currently do not have a direct deposit set up and your last payment was either by paper check or debit cards, there is no information or updates on how or when those will be received or sent out. Okay, so I'm sorry about that. I don't have any information as of yet. I will keep checking on that for you guys, and I will get back with you. So there's also other things aside from the $1,400 stimulus package. There's great benefits that are out there. So unemployment, it has been extended until September 6th. So without lapse. So don't worry about if it's going to lapse. Are you going to have a break in it? There's no break. It is without lapse. Also, you have now 79 weeks of the PAU, and you have 53 weeks of the PEUC. Okay, so that's good news there. Also, there is another benefit that some people qualify for, and it is called the Mixer Earner Supplement. It's $100, I do believe. So that's another benefit that is also extended until September 6th. Okay. So also there is state and local government. They have funds for that, so you can get assistance with your rent and your utilities. So the way you want to go through find that, you need to check with your city, your county, your state, as far as where you're going to find those funds. And they also have mortgage assistance as well. So along with that, they have with the unemployment, I forgot to say this, with the unemployment that you receive for 2020, the 10,200 of the unemployment received for 2020 is tax free, and that is for PAU, FPUC, UI. Okay, so 10,200 of the unemployment is going to be tax free. If you filed your taxes already, you can go and see a tax preparer so that they can do the amendments or fix it for you. And you may very well be due a payment because you didn't know about this until today. So this is good news, right? So moving on. So a lot of people are talking about student loans, about the forgiveness. I still hear this. So the student loans, they haven't made it into a law. That's going to be a standalone bill if they decide to do that. They have not decided to do that yet. But what it does mention in this stimulus package, that if or when they approve the student loan forgiveness, since that type of forgiveness would be considered taxable income, they have put it in the stimulus package that you will not be taxed on any forgivenesses that they decide to do if they do one. Okay, so that's with the stimulus. I mean, that's with the student loan forgiveness. Also, when it comes to students, there is an added $1,700 for college students in financial aid. So be sure to speak with your financial aid department, with your school, with your college, to check on that as well. So that's more money. That's good news, right? Also, there is child tax credits. Okay, that'll be going on as well. So if you have children under the age of 6, you will get you can qualify $3,600 for children under 6. And then if you have children from the ages of 6 to 17, you qualify for $3,000. So the income requirements for this, and I'm hearing two different numbers, and I'm just unsure about which one to go with just yet. But I believe that it's $80,000 for an individual and $160,000 for married couple. But I'm also hearing the first number, because changes were made, right, before they sent it all the way through. So the original number was $75,000 for individuals and $150,000 for married couples. So it's one of those. And if you meet that requirement, then you'll get the $3,600 for children under 6, $3,000 for children 6 to 17. Okay? They haven't decided. Excuse me, I need to get water, guys. I apologize. I'm back. So they haven't decided about the child tax credit. They have not decided on how they're going to get those payments. There was first talk about getting them monthly. Now they changed the bill, and now it's saying periodically. Excuse me. They're saying periodically. And it can potentially start in June. They don't have an exact date of when they're going to start, but potentially in June. That's the date that they're looking at, and they're looking at periodic payments. So they don't know if they're going to pay you part of it every 3 months, if they're going to do it monthly. They haven't discussed that, but you will be receiving that $3,600 for 6 and under, $3,000 for 6 to 17. And you also can opt out from receiving the periodic payments or the monthly payments, whichever way to decide, and you can file it on your following year taxes. That's up to you on how you want to handle that. So also, if you have not received your first and second stimulus payment, and you know that you're due this payment, you need to file this in your taxes as soon as possible. Get it done diligently. So you want to do that on form 1040, line 30, okay? And you need to answer those questions about how much you received, if you have received, and then they will then determine what you are owed. So there's that for the first and second stimulus package. Let's see. So there's also sick leave in the bill, okay? So if you are out of work due to COVID during the 2020 year, if you made $73,000 or more, you can get $1,400 a week. If you made less than $73,000, then your payment will be lower than the $1,400. And I haven't gotten those numbers as to the income amounts. Okay. Let's see. All right, so also hazard pay. So it does mention hazard pay, but they don't call it hazard pay. It is another earned income tax that you will file on your taxes. So the way you qualify for this, first of all, you'll get there. You can qualify for $1,500, okay? The qualifiers are: you have to be at least 17 years or older. You have to be making $25,000 or less. And you had to have been an essential worker. And you can get that $1,500 tax credit. And you file that on your taxes, okay? Also, they mention EDIL grants. They have it for $5,000. If you had a business during the pandemic, an operating business during the pandemic, and you've taken a loss, I believe that loss has to be a 50% loss, then, and you have to have less than 10 employees, then you can get that $5,000 EDIL grant. That's easy, plain and simple. I'm going to say that again. The $5,000 EDIL grant, you have to have had an operating business during the pandemic, 50% loss, less than 10% employees, and you can get that $5,000 grant. Now, this is something you want to apply for as soon as possible because the money does run out. This is not up and running yet. It will be. I'll let you guys know if I find out that it's up and running and going live, so you can go ahead and start applying for that. Okay, there's also an innovation grant. I can't find the amount and the qualifiers for that yet, but there is an innovation grant. Innovation grant is for someone who wants to start a new business. So that is good. And whenever I find information on that, I'll let you guys know about that. There's restaurant grants. So if you had a restaurant during the pandemic and you took a loss, either you closed down, you took a loss in revenue for whatever reason, there is a restaurant grant out there for you. Now, this is even if you have a food truck. So if you have a food truck, you are considered to be a restaurant. So there's a grant for that as well. Again, these grants, they're not live yet. When I see them come live, I will let you guys know whenever I see them. Let's see. So I think I covered everything that I know is in the stimulus package. So you guys, be mindful of the information. Try to write these things down. If you hear something that qualifies to you, write it down so you can remember, especially about the grants. Because once they come live, people already know about this and they're applying. And when the money runs out, it runs out. So be sure to stay on it, okay? I thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share this video to anybody you think that can use this information. Again, congratulations on the $1,400 stimulus package that we got and all of the great benefits that we have inside. I'm super excited. There's a lot of people that have been waiting for this bill. They are behind in bills because of lost wages, loss of jobs, being sick and unable to go to work. There's lots of reasons why people are having a hard time. Oh, also, I don't know if I mentioned before I go, the eviction moratorium and the mortgage forbearance, they have not extended that yet. Okay, so as of right now, the date still stands as March 31st. Stay posted and listen around, because the president may very well write out a new law for that. He might do another executive order for the eviction moratorium and the mortgage forbearance. But other than that, I don't have anything else. Stay blessed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a wonderful evening. Good night. Bye.